What up, world? Y'all know it's the best show going on right now.
Yes, sir.
It's Mr. Hot Smooth himself, J-Sub100. You know, you can follow us on Facebook at Sipping Dripping Tripping. You can follow us on IG Live, Sipping Dripping Tripping. And go ahead and talk to him.
What up, world? You know it's your boy 365 Swag King, man. What it do? Make sure y'all subscribe and check our show out, man. Make sure you follow our pages on IG, Sipping Dripping and Tripping. Follow our pages on YouTube, Sipping Dripping and Tripping. Make sure you log in on Facebook, Sipping Dripping and Tripping. But back to the subject, man. We got a special guest out here, man.
Special guest.
I'm talking about very special,
man. Very special. We're going to let him introduce himself.
My name is Mikki Moore, born and raised in Gaffney, South Carolina. 14-year vet, NBA vet.
What?
For sure.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, y'all, like I said, y'all, it's the best show on earth. Because we sipping.
We most definitely dripping.
And we definitely tripping.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Moore, can I call you Mr. Moore?
Mr. Mikki Moore.
Can I call you Mr. Cherokee County? Ooh, I like that.
I represent both. I represent Gaffney and Blacksburg.
Okay, so Mr. Cherokee County himself. We done had a lot of people on this show. We had the AJPs, the Kentrell Jones, the Clinshire Davis. No, good athletes, great athletes, I call them.
You make them say LJP, y'all.
Yes. And they say they the best. But I want to put an argument. Because they say they the best in the city. I want to say, are you the best in the county?
Are they saying the time that they played in the city? Or are they saying their whole career? I mean, the argument could be about from 10th grade to 12th grade, or they can be talking about from the time they left Gaffney to the time they retired. So I got to see what the difference of it is.
I don't think they saying their whole career. Like, well, I'm saying, I think they saying, like, when we say the best, they say the best that came through their school at this time. Period.
Just come through the school, you know, I don't brag about myself like that because I had a lot of stages of growth through my career, you know what I mean? So when I first started playing ball, that's when I just had started developing into the person. I grew 9 inches in one summer. Between my 9th grade year and my 10th grade year, I grew 9 inches. So I had to get used to myself from the 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, you know what I mean? So I really didn't...
You didn't play ball like coming up just...
I played ball at Blacksburg. I did good, but...
I'm saying like 7th, 8th grade you played?
Here and there, in front of the house. You know what I mean?
But you didn't play school ball until when?
Not until I got to Blacksburg, my 10th grade year.
What?
Yeah, real tough.
So you didn't play no junior high at all?
I was the nigga they put in the last 30 seconds if we was down 15 or if we was up 15.
Yeah.
So I really didn't play, you know what I mean?
But how you make that jump to go to college and to the NBA if you like your 10th grade year? Tell me a little bit about your 10th grade year.
10th grade year, it was kind of, just an adjustment because my mom worked over there. She was a librarian at the elementary for 35 years over there.
In Blacksburg.
In Blacksburg. See, I didn't have any relatives or anybody like that. I call them my relatives because now, me being over there and being a part of different people's family, but we weren't blood. You know? But that's my family. Yeah. You feel me? My mom was used to all of them because she has raised at least, or teached at least 3 generations of families over there, being over there for 35 years. You feel me? So it was just an adjustment. I'd ride to work with her. I'd hang over there as much as I could, but I had to come back to Gaffney. So I got the best of both worlds. I grew up in Pettytown, ran around in Wesley Park. My grandma lived in Tank Branch. So I got all of that. I was all West Side. My church is Allen Temple in West End. So I was over there the whole time. So it was a big adjustment to go to school over there, but it was the same feeling on both sides. So I don't understand why people put a division between Blacksburg and Gaffney like that, because everybody everybody across the river. It shouldn't even be a division. That's my dream of it all, is to get a STEM school and put both high schools together and make a powerhouse. Get all the best athletes, get all the best academic scholars. And from 9th grade up to 12th.
Cherokee County High.
That's it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's a big move, though.
But you know, there's politics in that too, so you gotta.
You can do it. You can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, did you?
Mojo.
So did you ever play for Gaffney or try out for Gaffney or whatnot?
Nah. Believe it or not, I was in the marching band. That's what gave me my footwork.
In what grade?
From 7th grade up to 9th grade.
Yeah.
I was on Gaffney High School's marching band.
Yeah,
So I was at Gaffney High all the time, but I went to West Junior High.
Okay.
Because my grandma lived in Tanbury, so I was living with her, taking care of her at that time. So I was walking to West, but I was catching the bus to go to Gaffney High.
Yeah.
You know.
What you say, Gavin?
Oh, that's what instrument you played. You said you was in the front.
Drums. All percussion.
You still can play?
I'm alright with it.
Like, I'm talking about like church play.
Nah.
You can't play for church.
Nah.
Okay.
I can't do that. Not now.
Well,
Early in my years, I could though.
tell me a little bit about college. Like telling people like, cause a lot of youngsters probably don't know you. They probably heard of you, but they don't know you. See, we grew up knowing you.
Yeah.
So I want
now I'm on.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Man. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem with that whatsoever.
So tell all your nephews about like what college you went to, and you know, talk about your NBA. Cause we're gonna get all into that, man. They don't know about college first.
Well, after I left Blacksburg High, Blacksburg High, I went to University of Nebraska. And the reason why, everybody asks me this, you know, the reason why I went to Nebraska is because University of North Carolina, they already had Rasheed, so they didn't need me. University of South Carolina was on probation for some kind of recruiting infringement. Only team around here that was looking at me was NC State, but they was trying to make me redshirt the first year.
Yeah. So
I didn't, I wanted to go straight in playing. So I knew that going to Nebraska, even though it was a football college, I knew that I'd be playing against big name, big guys.
Yeah.
You know, they had regular friends, they had Pollard, they had Kevin Cato, they had Big Country,
yeah,
they had Osatag, you know, all the big name.
A lot of them made to the league.
That's
not
all
all of
NBA
them.
players that I
Just
just
say
had.
all made to the league.
So I knew, even though I was going to this it's a big football team, college, but
small,
if I play against these good dudes, somebody gonna see me.
Yeah.
Period. And it's a free, it's free. So
you got 4 rides.
4 ride. So
Somebody did this.
that's why I chose that. But I played 4 years there. We won the NIT championship 1 year, and then we won the Big 8 tournament 1 year.
Yeah.
And out of the 3 years that I played there, Teron Lou was my point guard. So
I didn't know that.
Eric Strickland was my shooting guard. Eric Piakowski, he played with the Clippers. He was my small forward. So we had a great team, but our coach really didn't. He would come to the huddle and ask us what we wanted to run.
Yeah.
I put it that way.
So he let y'all freestyle.
Nah, it ain't really freestyle. It's just that he didn't know what to run. Like time, situation, plays. He didn't have his X and O's together.
Clutch moments, he had this exact play. I need this play ran. Look where he bucket. Out of bounds plays.
That's why T. Lou was a good coach, because he was a coach in college. Because our coach couldn't do that.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So, I don't trade them days. College was good. I was successful enough. I led the league in block shots
in college.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then our conference in block shots, and then Kevin Cato came along the next year and broke my record. But I still got it for my university. But after that, I just went to the CBA. I went and tried out for the minor leagues. I didn't get drafted or nothing. I was like, all right, I can't go back to Gaffney and just stand under the tree and drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to go ahead and do something. So packed up my caddy and went to Indiana and played with. They're called Mad Ants right now, but when I played, they were Fury, Indiana Fury. It was a CBA team.
Yeah. What's my word I'm looking for? How you get to like CBA? What you had to go through and all that?
Well, the thing that I had to do was I didn't have the money to get an agent, and on top of that, I wasn't being recruited enough by NBA teams. I wasn't being scouted enough for an agent to come to approach me. So what I did was I went to a CBA, like a showcase, where you come in, you pay to play, and then if you play in one of the CBA teams see you, they actually come to veterans camp.
Okay.
And so, man, honestly, I just hustled my way in, dog. Real talk.
Grinded.
I paid my way to play in a tournament, played in the tournament. They saw that I had the ability that they needed, and the position that they needed.
Yeah.
And once I started having a personal relationship with my coach, because it was my first year and his first year coaching.
Okay.
So I went to him like, nigga, like, if you let me do what I got to do, you gonna ride this wave with me, bro. So that's how I got on, right? And the coach's name is Keith Smart. And Keith Smart is still coaching for Memphis right now.
He said he coached somebody.
You know? And his assistant coach, which was my my D League coach, you know, Coach Davidson. He ended up, I ended up getting in the league, and well, I get into that after y'all talk about the league. But I ended up staying with only 2 coaches. Like our career kept crossing.
Yeah.
So, and they knew my work ethic, so it was easy after you get that rapport with somebody. Like if somebody knows that you
know what you
are
do.
gonna work for your money, then you'll be all right.
Hot damn, they tripping already.
What's going on back there?
Y'all got any questions right now?
Yeah, man. So, what was it like playing over there?
Like, what's the difference between CBA and D League?
D-League.
What's the difference between that?
My first year is in the CBA, man.
What's CBA about? Like,
CBA it wasn't connected to the NBA like the NBDL is now.
Yeah.
Well, now it's not even the NBDL, it's the G League.
G League.
Because they told us that when they call it D League, it seems like that's giving it a grade, and you have 2 other levels that's higher than this level. So we supposed to be right next to the NBA, so we can't call it D League no more.
Yeah.
And then Gatorade bought it out, called it G League.
Right.
So the thing is that with the CBA, they didn't have the resources that the NBA has for the G League. The CBA was just itself as a unit, like
your own organization or something.
Yeah, it was just apart from the NBA. Like each team was owned by somebody that had a business in that city.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you didn't really have. We didn't have our own gym. We used whatever arena that city uses for concerts, for state fair, for whatever. So, you know, we really didn't have no trainer. We had somebody that volunteered that was going to the university and studying that.
It's like semi-pro football.
Exactly. So you might go on a road trip and you using a bus that has no heat. Where if it does have heat, it's the exhaust coming in. We're stopping at Steak and Shakes and eating, and we're staying in kick door hotels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's real good shit.
Yeah.
But that right there makes you get out there, and when you get out there and you play, you trying to get out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You play harder than. That's why I say the hunger starts right there. If it's not right there, it's in junior college.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like real talk. That's the ones that's left out, not the ones that's promised the world.
Yeah.
Like you got the ones that sitting on the pedestal that they
Already.
promise you and this and that and this and this. This the ones that really want it. You know what I mean?
you.
And I ain't blowing my own whistle. I just know.
Blow your whistle. This is show for you. Got to blow your
LJ
whistle.
really want it. You know, I know athletes that didn't get the opportunities that they should have. And that's why I want to do that with junior college and or get both schools together so it'd be a powerhouse. So people would come to the games and say, it wouldn't be left up to somebody to have to put your name out there. Your name will be out there. You know what I mean?
They see your work person.
Right. So, you know, CBA, it was alright, man. It builds character. But relationships with certain players like Moochie Norris, that was one of my point guards. You know, he's still doing big things in Houston right now. So, you know, it all depends on the personality of the person. The grind is the same. The struggle is the same. But, you know, it's going to weed out the people that can't take it.
It's up to you if you want it. Make that level.
And you'll gravitate to the people that want it.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
learn from. I got you. Like
open your own though.
Learn from them, and you know y'all both working towards the same goal. It ain't no behind the back type stuff, or you know, it ain't just about me. It's about if we all eat, you know, we individually be successful.
I got you. Everybody share a piece of the pie. So when you went from CBA, did you go to the NBA or the D League?
I went to the NBA. I went from I played 2 years in CBA, and then I went to Minnesota, tried out for Minnesota.
Your brother used to wear your jersey at school, I remember.
KG was there at the time with Marbury.
Tell me a little about KG or Mark. I want to know a little about Big Ticket, like his attitude.
Real niggas, man. That's as simple as you can say it.
Okay.
Yeah, real niggas.
He really passionate about the game, like he.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Did he try to teach you anything, or did you learn anything from him?
He's the type. He's very competitive. So everybody think you're crazy because he be talking to himself all the time. But that ain't really. That's just him
boosting himself up, like
not even. It's just like the gas is like.
He a bully.
What it is he is reassuring what he already thinking.
Like on the best, he gotta play like he's the best.
Why is this nigga even trying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why is he even trying to stop me from getting this 21, 15, and 12?
Was it like that at practice though?
You know what I mean? Every day, every time you step on the court.
Yeah.
Same with me.
Just a month.
Yeah, how your attitude? How your attitude was?
Look, why would you if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it.
All right.
Yeah. Why? If this ain't pickup, nigga, we are not at the Y. I'm getting a check for this. This is a job.
You're a damn professional.
You are a corporation.
Yeah. So
you represent yourself. You are a business. So why not go at it with 100% every time you do it?
See, I see like when players get like 10-day contracts, how that shit go. Like when you signed a contract, or when you went to Timberwolves with like a 10-day contract, or you had a.
When I first got in, I had a 10-day contract to the Pistons. I tried out with Minnesota 2 years in a row during Veterans Camp, which is during August and September, and a little bit of, right before, they go into playing preseason games. The camp before that to see if they want you to come and keep on going with us, because then you're guaranteed somewhere in December. They can't change the dates, but it's like the 27th of December or whatever, you're guaranteed for the rest of the year. If you come in during the summer league, you get invited to play on their summer league. That's how it was. Now, we was talking about earlier, they don't even have those summer leagues no more because the NBA is changing so much that they try to monopolize the whole thing. But back then, you play in summer league, then if you play good enough, they're going to ask you to come to Veterans Camp.
Do you get paid in summer league or no?
It's only food money.
Okay.
So they give you food money and they pay for your hotel room.
Okay.
That's it. You know what I mean? But after that, once you get in Veterans Camp, if they do their final cut, then you got into December to where your contract is guaranteed and you're good all the way into playoffs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But most of the time, if they cut you during Veterans Camp, then if the season ain't going right, they're going to call you back for a 10-day.
Okay.
You feel me? And if they call you back for 2 10 days, after the second 10-day, if they call you back for a third, you got to be guaranteed for the year.
Okay.
That's the rules.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, and if your league minimum is $450,000, every 10 day is 80 racks. Coming from around here, bro.
That's grinding, man. That's good money.
So I'm shooting for a 10-day, but at the same time, in my mind, I know I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm better than this dude that's already on the team. I know this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know politics got this dude at the end of the bench and he ain't even got to play.
Yeah.
He just going to dinner with the owner and the coaches.
Yeah. There's a lot of bones out there now. I agree.
Listen to what I'm telling you, I already know. But that's the nigga that's got my check. He getting my check. Yeah. That's how I approach every situation.
I'm saying, like you say, league minimum $450,000. But if you could get like 10-day contract, what would you rather do? Like you say that's $80,000.
That's $80,000
for 10 days.
$80,000 each 10 days. $80,000.
It's
prorated.
Yeah, so that's really better than a $450, right? Or
nope.
Not? Okay.
Nope, because I'm guaranteed to get that $450.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
After that 10-day, I get 80, then I might not get the next 10-day. I might go back to the minor leagues, and my whole year salary for the minor leagues is $45,000. And then I'm taking the chances of injuring myself and not even getting to another 10-day.
I got you.
You feel what I'm saying? So if a nigga say, yeah, I want to lock you in for the whole year,
You taking it?
you gotta take it. Your agent ain't gonna let you say no.
Yeah.
Like I played in the minor leagues, and we got all the way to the end, and we was about to win the championship. Like we was about to go into the playoffs and win the championship.
Yeah.
And a team called me, Detroit, I believe, called me up for the rest of the season. I had to lead them, and I was the lead scorer.
Because they got MVP in the big league, right?
They got beat the first round. But I'm telling them, Detroit ain't gonna make it to the playoffs this year. I don't want to get called up to them. I don't want to leave my nigga. This is my homeboys I've been playing with all year.
Yeah.
I can't bail out on them. That little check ain't going. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want to stay, but you can't.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
You gotta go, cause
You gotta go. If they call you up, then you gotta go.
if you
There's
say no,
ifs, ands, or buts about
it'll
it.
hurt you later on, like with different teams. They want you.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But you got MVP in like D League, right?
I got the defensive player of the year, and then I got the most improved in the year. That was I got first round. I was the first pick, first round draft. The year that I gave back $500,000 to get out of my contract in Detroit.
Why you didn't do that?
Because I was going to choke out Rick Carlisle. He was talking, and I'm just being real. Hey, I was going to put them paws on that nigga. Like, hey,
Spring well tight.
man, honestly, this is how it went down. I was asleep on the plane. We was on the way back. We had just played Boston on the road. We had lost. We was down by 30. And then he had put me in the game with like a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
And we down 30 now.
You mad?
I'm hot, but I'm gonna get out there because you look down the bench and you told me to come on.
Yeah.
I ain't one of them dudes that's gonna do all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
You call me, I get out there, I earn my check. Whatever you're talking about. Later on, we'll have that conversation.
Yeah, I talked to you.
But if we get I'm getting paid for this, so I gotta go out there when you tell me to go out there.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. So after that, I'm waking up on the plane. He's already announced what time practice is the next day, and I didn't hear him. So I asked him. I said, "Yo, coach, what time is practice, man?" He said, 9 o'clock if you fucking feel like coming. Excuse my language. Just like that.
Talk to you.
Now I'm already mad because this dude ain't been playing me all season. I had 3 different coaches in 4 years that I was in Detroit.
Okay.
They had got rid of Grant Hill. They had brought in Corliss. They had brought in Ben, Chucky Atkins. They had changed the whole roster around. But I was still there. Jerome Williams was gone. I was still there. I was still working hard. I was still there. Locked into my contract. Well, I didn't know, but one of the players had told Rick Carlisle that I didn't deserve the time that I was supposed to be getting. I partied too much, this, that, and that, and this. So Rick Carlisle already had a perception of me before he even met me.
Oh,
So,
wow.
you know, and then on top of that, he didn't believe playing the young guys. He played as older guys. So, you know, dude walked in. He wouldn't walk in and say good. I'd say good morning to him. He'd walk right by me.
Carlisle.
That's the kind of relationship we had.
Okay.
So after that, I got off the plane, got my luggage, was walking to the car. My cousin and my homeboys, Mike Green and all them, was sitting in the car because we usually pick me up at the airport. We going out. You know what I mean? But because I knew that the next day practice wasn't going to be hard and it was going to be individual. It wasn't a team practice. It was the guys that didn't play got to practice.
Okay, I got
You feel what I'm saying? The niggas that played that night, they going home to their families and they ain't got to get up the next morning. But make a long story short, I'm walking to my car. I asked him what problem he had with me. He said, "Mikey, you know what? Fuck you." Like that. Put his luggage in the back of his truck, closed it. By the time he was getting in his car, I had him folded up in his door. And the strength coach and Cliff Levinson pulled me up off of him and told me that that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get me to do something stupid to get me in trouble, to get me out of my contract. The first team that looked at me after that was the Clippers. The Clippers called me up. No, actually it was Utah. Utah called me up. That's when I played with Mo Williams. He was a backup point guard, and if if I ate, he ate. You know,
Okay.
You know, if I had 15 points, he had 17 assists.
Yeah.
I mean 7 assists. You know what I mean? So
He was your main.
he was the main man, and nobody else had the ball in their hand. So he was the one that was giving me the ball. So like I said, if I had 14, 15 points, he had 6, 7 assists every night, which looks good on paper for him. We both had plus while we were on the court. So
is it really like that though? Like a plus minus how they do it in
yes,
practice?
yeah, definitely analytics.
Okay.
They're going to judge every second that you're on the court to see if they need to put you in the next game. Say for instance, we're down 7 points.
Yeah.
And you put me in the game. When you take me out, we up 5. I'm plus 12.
So they really go by the analytics.
Yeah. So
I see Charles Barkley and Shaq talking like that on TNT about analytics. Charles Barkley say he hate analytics.
Yeah.
But
it brings light to it the right way.
okay.
Because it shows if you can really concentrate when you're on the court. Basically.
I got you.
So
What was one of like your favorite teams you played with in the NBA?
New Jersey.
I knew that, man.
Hands down. Playing with J. Kidd and Vince and RJ is just, it was too easy. I had worked so hard the years before that it just came natural.
J. Kidd made it easy for y'all, or you made it easy for yourself? Like you worked so hard.
If you got the same work ethic and you really know how to play ball, like you really know that sport, like it's second hand to you, like you ain't got to really think about stuff, like if you standing on the side of me right here, I know I need to just bump you and I'm wide open at the basket.
Yeah.
You done played long enough, you know the certain things.
Okay, I got you.
It was like that with all 3 of them. So I could look at J. Kidd and let him know the last time I set the screen on this dude, he went under the screen. And my man went over the screen, so the basket is over here, I'm wide open.
He just
So the only thing, I can run towards him and just take a step, and it's already in the air.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That's the easy part of playing with them. Plus, they're all 3 are threats. So either one of them are going to get double teamed at some point in the game. So I'm going to be open.
Yeah.
So only thing you have to do is work on the areas that you know that you're going to be open in. Everybody else out there want to do all of the extra stuff and look good and all that. If you work on the basics and know exactly where you're supposed to be, you'll be a man now. Easy.
Yeah, don't take all the move.
And you just get up every morning.
Cause I remember J. Kidd used to throw them alleys, and I remember even the playoff game y'all playing. Get LeBron, he got in a little altercation. It wasn't an altercation. We yelling at TV now, LeBron.
Disagreement,
We yelling at TV, hey LeBron, you know who you messing with. We can fly down there and get you, you know what I'm saying? We were like,
yeah, he was still a kid at the time, so hey,
but y'all made it to like the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yeah, with him, it was the semifinals. It was against them. It was against them, and J. Kidd and them couldn't handle LeBron in the post. That's what really hurt us. Because if I helped in the post, Ilgauskas could shoot a 3, Gooden was shooting outside.
Yeah,
I couldn't rotate like I needed to. And he was punishing me on the block. He was getting them calls.
At that young age, he was like almost a rookie, wasn't he? He wasn't a rookie that young?
I don't know. That's what we was talking about earlier. I can't remember. I played so long, dog. I can't remember if that was the year that he dropped buckets on Detroit in the playoffs and they went to double overtime.
His first year,
You remember that?
Yeah.
When he dropped,
like 27, 28 straight.
Man, I don't know if that was the same year or not, but I believe so.
Who you?
He had to get rookie of the year that year. He had to.
If he was rookie, he got it that year.
Yeah.
So
if he was, yeah.
Who your hardest person you had to go on? Your hardest person you had to score on?
That's a good question. Hardest person I had to score on.
Gosh, you played against Shaq. You played against Carl Malone. You played against all the greats now.
The thing is that I scored different ways, so I didn't really get the ball in the post that much.
No, I think
because usually I'm on a team where they already got a big fella. They just need me to come in for them, and when I come in, it's somebody else's chance to score.
Okay.
Because they're not throwing it into the big fella that I just replaced.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So score against is not that I don't really have a certain person, but to defend, Shaq hands down Yeah. Back then, you couldn't handle him. You just try to foul him and make him miss his free throws. Everybody knew that.
Yeah.
But athletic-wise,
Yeah.
it's between KG, C-Webb,
How about C-Webb?
and who else?
Big Ticket, C-Webb. I forgot about C-Webb though. He was a smooth operator on the yeah.
And Rasheed, man.
Yeah, Rasheed.
Rasheed was a beast back
She
then.
had like a.
I'm talking about early Sheed before Detroit.
Yeah,
Sheed.
he
I'm
was
talking
good.
about Portland Sheed.
He was great. I'm saying he had a simple game, seemed like, but he'll punish you.
And he would shoot it.
He would shoot it. Yeah, he shot it in Detroit.
What about old Mr.
And defending,
Fundamental?
I was just about to say, and defending wise, you know,
Timmy
Timmy
yeah.
gonna get that call.
Yeah.
What you have to do with Timmy is you got to play position with him, because he's fundamental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not really super athletic, so you got to front him at certain times when you know the ball coming around. You got to play at an angle where they're gonna have to throw it to him, and he gets off his sweet spot, because he tries to get in position to where he's took this shot 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get right here. You
I
got to
follow
get him
you.
off that spot. You got to make it down the court before him, and then bump him before he even get to the 3-point line, and veer him off his spot.
Hey, you didn't want to just like hand it to you, like you on the court. I can't do nothing with this guy. Or he just on me.
I've had coaches go down the bench and bring somebody off the bench, and this nigga dropped 2 buckets on him. He take him out, bring another dude on there. He dropped 2 on him, and he's shooting free throws. And then they called me out there.
Yeah, okay.
That has happened. And then that nigga's on the bench because I got 2 offensive fouls on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't score nothing from the bench. If I get 2 fouls on you early, you going to sit down.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't talking about no flopping. I don't do that flopping. I don't believe in that
That
flopping.
was no flopping back
I'm
when
talking
you
about
played.
getting position. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm talking about getting position, and then I get you frustrated enough to where you throwing elbows and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, get you out your game.
Right, exactly.
Cause you grinding now. I want you to tell the world, like, these kids coming up playing basketball, they think it's easy. You gonna make it to the league. If you good, you gonna make it to the NBA. They see the Zion Williams and stuff make it straight to the league. But tell them it's really a grind to get where you get there.
My mom's told me a long time ago, man, anything worth doing ain't easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I don't care if you was born and it was given to you. It's not going to be easy. If it's worth doing.
I got you.
You feel what I'm saying? Like you got to, if you really want it, and you want it the way you want it, not the way other people think you should want it. Not you should be riding Bentleys. You should be in. I don't do none of that. If you want it how you want it. If you doing it, if it's your motivation to do it for your mama, for your city, for your family, for your friends, for all the little young dudes that's been left out, that's been walked over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If that's your motivation, that's your motivation. It ain't
What was
somebody
your
else's.
motivation? What was your
Exactly
motivation?
what I just told you.
I got it.
You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Like, I had most of my homeboys sitting in the stands watching me, and that's what I focus on. I ain't focused on no other fans.
I'm kind of
Real
mad.
talk.
I ain't getting no ticket. I'm kind of
Real
mad
talk.
right now.
Like when I came to play in Charlotte, and I'd see some of my high school and my neighborhood homeboys sitting in the stands that came to see me play,
You dropped the
nigga, I
ball.
gotta play harder.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta play harder after that game. You know what I mean? I can't stop right there. You know what I mean? This man just worked in the factory for a whole month and paid for a ticket to come see me play.
You gotta work out. I know, like, if I see
You know
my
what I'm saying? Like,
family,
you gotta keep that in your mind and keep you rooted, because then you'll start thinking about the little broads, you know, the phantoms and having mansions, the orgies, and all that. You'll focus on that, and that's when you out of there. You know what I mean? I've seen first round draft picks come in and get sucked in that life and spit out the next year, and they draft a dude in the same position the next year.
Yeah.
And now you are done.
I've seen a lot of people too. I can name a lot of people I've seen come and go.
Yeah.
But tell me your best game. I know you remember. Like one game you was on and couldn't be stopped.
I can't even say best game. I can say that the 2007 playoffs was my best time in my career.
With New Jersey.
With New Jersey, because
Catching them alleys. I remember.
I already had proved to it was my peak in my career to where everything that I worked for the years before that, I finally had the stage to show them. Like, I ain't going nowhere. This is what I want, you know. And
contract, yeah, big time. Yeah, contract, yeah.
I talked to L. Frank, the coach, and he understood where I was coming from. He already knew my history. You know what I mean? So he's like, look, I don't have to sit down and talk to you and motivate you and tell you what this is and if you do this and you do that. I already know that you game ready as soon as
you had an attitude that year with you.
Man, as soon as the national anthem, I'm ready. It's even before the tip ball, I'm already ready. Mentally.
I remember that.
You know, so
you're already in game mode.
if you have a whole team like that, it's not hard, and you're gonna have a great season. You know what I mean? Because everybody had something to prove, but they wasn't putting themselves before anybody else.
Was that your best season on the team? Like team-wise?
Yeah, team-wise.
Okay.
Team-wise. I played on some pretty good teams, but as a unit, that was the best. That was the best in my career, for sure.
You got something to say to him?
Yeah, what's the most buckets you ever dropped in the NBA?
In the NBA, I think 27 or 28, but in the D League, I dropped 46.
46. What them called? I'm like dunks, hooks, and whatever that.
The team that I was, Coach Davidson, the team that I was on, he was the coach, and our playbook was Dallas Mavericks playbook, and I was Dirk.
Now, Mike. Hold up, Mike. Hold up.
Listen to me.
Where the jump at?
I'm not. I swear to God, this ain't no cap, no nothing. I played the 3, the 7 foot, and I had 2 other white guys that was 7'2" and 7'3" playing center and power forward. So I would catch the ball at the elbow, and I do whatever I want to do.
So you had the handles.
They couldn't lead him.
Yeah.
So the only thing I do is I didn't have to have handles. I'm at the elbow. I'm 7 foot. One dribble, I'm at the basket.
Yeah.
One I jab, step, whatever. I'm at the basket or I'm shooting right over you. And I got a small forward guarding me. So I played the entire game from jump ball to the end of the game. I never got subbed out.
How tall you is?
7 foot.
Yeah, so small forward is like 6'7" and 6'6".
Yeah. I had other players on my team. Their agents was complaining about me not coming out the game because their players wouldn't get enough minutes.
I bet. When
I was playing the entire game.
You wanted to or what?
Coach wouldn't let me sit down.
Hey,
He told me you gotta play, dog.
You like that? Hell, you can't play.
I don't care what you talk about. You gonna play. I know you're unselfish, but you gonna play.
I like that advice.
All right, bro.
What about the jump? Right now, if I take you to the court,
I'm gonna hit at least 8 out of 10.
3-point.
And I ain't touched the ball in 6 months.
That's because a shoe wants a shoe ball is a shoe. That's true.
It's a feeling. That's all it is a feeling and getting your gauge right. You know what? Ray Allen, when I played in Boston, he gave me a book. I cannot remember the name of that book, but it was a book about the methods of snipers, like the mental of snipers, how to get yourself together, prepare yourself together, and get in a routine.
No
it was mostly routine. Like for shooting, it was if you ever look at the games or whatever, you'll see every time I took a jump shot, I hopped before I caught the ball. When the ball was in the air, it's coming to my hands, I would hop, and it would be all routine. Everything is the same thing.
Melton.
Like I'm not in the gym just shooting to just be shooting. Yeah. I'm in there doing everything for situations.
You choose like you say Tim Duncan chose a spot, you chose your spots.
You know what I mean? Pick and roll. I know if I pick it right here and I take a step right here, I'm gonna get the ball. Because my man went with him. So I know the ball is coming to me right here. So while a shooting coach or a ball boy got the ball, I'm telling him, hey, I'm gonna act like I'm setting this pick, and I'm gonna just open up and you just bounce it right here. Yeah. Because I know I'm gonna be right here during the game. I don't work on all that crazy half-court shots and trick shots that everybody do. If I'm in the gym, it's something that's happening in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So every time I had a coach to tell me, like, my shot was off because my body was not centered with, you know. So he said, before the ball get there, just hop. That way, you can either go left or you can go right off the muscle. You have not decided which one is your pivot foot.
I got you.
You feel me? So, and And then on top of that, you're straight and you just go straight up and shoot. And after I started learning that and just doing it every single day, it was natural. I didn't have to think about it.
Did like somebody give you like I'm saying like you play with Just Kid? Did he give you that like hard work ethic or you that?
I already had it.
Born in.
Honestly, I got that, and people gonna be like, "What?" I got that from Blacksburg.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Reason why?
Like, I represent GF, I represent Cherokee County, but when I got over to Blacksburg, Coach Harris, he would take football pads and he was like, "Try to dunk it," and he knocked me out there.
Yeah.
Football pads, straight up. This 10th grade.
And one.
I grew 9 inches. I didn't know how. I didn't know. You know, I just had the ability.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on a blacktop, ain't nobody gonna jump with you.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? If they do, they dunked on me.
Yeah.
But he was trying to let me see where they gonna undercut you, they gonna elbow you, they gonna knock you out there. You can't get frustrated. You gotta keep going on. And he went to my mom first and told my mom he gonna come home.
So
He probably gonna be crying, and he gonna want to quit.
yeah.
Don't let it. And my mama took me to practice every single day. She was in the stands every game, recording every game, coming home, watching the games with me.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that. Like, did you like watch your old films and like I gotta do this next time?
Oh yeah, my mom did that.
Yeah.
Off the muscle. My mom. Big VCR recorder.
Yeah.
I'm telling you too how old I am. That's too much right there. She up in the stands. She up in the stands recording all that. All that. You know what I mean? That's why I call her on Father's Day. You know what I mean? Real talk. Real talk. And that's why I'm trying to be here for these young boys. Let them know what they need to do.
Y'all guys, listen, man. Y'all
definitely heard that.
Y'all need to tune in with Uncle Mike, you know.
Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike, man. Mr. Cherokee himself, man. We be back with y'all in a short while, man. Cause you know we sipping, dripping,
definitely tripping.
Yeah.
Junkyard. So we had more run and gun. We stopped playing the old school kind of and we started running and gunning. Then I knew I belonged, but I didn't know that I was supposed to be a star. You know what I mean? Once I started playing with Utah and the Clippers, you know, this is right before New Jersey, I was playing against people that I was giving dirt buckets. I was giving Tim Duncan buckets. You know, after that, I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be starting. If I can do it, if I work on it and keep doing what I'm doing, they already showed me what the recipe was. So I couldn't get distracted from it. I had to keep doing that same thing regardless if I was in the minor leagues or if I was in the NBA. I had to continue to do that. That was the like you said, the blueprint.
Yeah.
It's the work ethic. Regardless of what college you went to, what agents you had, whatever, it's the need of what that organization needed at that time. If you can provide that and you can better yourself by doing it and use the shooting coaches and the facility like you're supposed to, instead of just coming in there when you're supposed to be in there and then you leave and go do whatever you want to do. You know, I used the facility. I went in there and I called niggas in at 9 o'clock. It was like, hey, I need to get some shots up. You know, they even had machines that just spit the ball out. And if I can't get the ball boy to come,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then the ball boy is trying to move up the chain in the organization too. So he wants me to succeed because he was the one that was in there helping me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And you put a good word.
So now he's an assistant coach next year.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, so yeah, it's New Jersey was definitely the best year, but the journey through after Detroit, that's when I knew I was supposed to be there and I was supposed to be a center. I was supposed to be in the center of our team. You know what I mean? Like, if it was in the D-League, I knew that I was trying to build a team around me. And in the NBA, it was more like, I'm not going to be a problem. I'm going to be successful, but you don't have to change your game when you insert me into
I got you.
know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm out there with 3 starters, 2 starters, 4 starters, you don't have to change your game just because I'm out here. I'm going to actually enhance your game.
Yeah,
I know you want to come off pick and rolls, so I'm going to set the pick and rolls. You know, or I'm going to make sure I set a screen for you to be open and clear out. And if you need me, I'm available.
Like some coach, like I know Detroit being wild, he wasn't a scorer, he just a rebounder.
Right.
Did some coaches like, Mike, I just need you to go out there and rebound. Mike, I need you to score. Mike, I need you to do this.
That's the difference between franchise and role players. told you, I didn't want that attention. I didn't want them to be putting the whole organization on my back. I'm here to get a check and be successful and represent my city and my family. That's it. I don't need all the extras. I don't need the extras. So it was good that it went that way. You know what I mean? Like I was a role player. If I needed to step up, if they come to me and tell me to step up and talk more in the locker room and get guys motivated, that's what I do.
Yeah.
If not, if they wanted to sit back and just let somebody else lead, as long as I went out there and played hard, I'm getting a check. That's what it is.
That's check is the main thing.
Right. So different periods in my career, you know, and it went the right way for me.
It did. It did because you lasted so long. You retired from the NBA.
And I impact on a couple of players, you know, at the end of my career to where I'm good. You know, now I want to coach. I got all the basketball out me. I played against people around here, you know, just to get the good workout, but I didn't have the urge to
Keep
be
going.
out there like that.
Once you so it's true. Once you lose the love for it, it's over.
I never lost the love for it. I just lost the love for the schedule of it.
The grind.
Like the sacrificing of time for my kids.
Yeah. 82 games with half a year, really, ain't it?
No, it was a whole year. Yeah. Because after that, you might, if you play all in the playoffs, say, you know, that goes into what, June? End of June? You get July, maybe the beginning of August, and you right back in the training.
So you really do got to train all year round for this shit.
Only thing you get is about a month and a half off. And I played 14 years. So just think
wear and
about
tear
that.
on them knees.
Not even that, I'm just saying the time that was taken away from my kids. Like 14 years, that's a whole teenager.
Yeah. So you
you know what I mean? So that's a lot of precious time taken away. And it got to a point where, you know, I was like, it ain't worth it. I've already made my money out of it. I've proven myself. You know, it's not worth the sacrifice. I mean, I can be planted in my hometown, coaching these kids, and still spending time with my family instead of bouncing from state to state, state to state, state. You know what I mean? So, you know, the camaraderie of it is what you miss the most. But if you're coaching, them games, you're gonna bump into coaches that you're cool with. You know, so
still
go
friends.
out to eat dinner with them and stuff.
Still got friendship with people in the league, or?
I talk to Rashard Lewis all the time, Monte, Brad Miller, if you wouldn't believe that. Christian Layton is my dude. Yeah, I wouldn't think that, but that's my guy. Yeah. Him and Brad Miller, like, in Tom Gouvier, I was cool with him. I haven't been in contact with him that much though, but Stack Jack is like a brother to me.
Like, you go to somebody's city, you call them up. Hey, I'm in your city, where you at?
Like, anytime I go to Memphis or whatever, that's where Monte and his wife and his kids.
Monte Ellis.
Yeah, he was there. One of my dudes that I hung out the most with, that me and him got the same exact birth date, rest in peace, was Lorenzo Wright. You know,
I didn't know he passed.
Rest in peace.
You know, his wife murdered him. Lorenzo, you know Lorenzo Wright from that played
Memphis.
I know you talking about
prison
that.
or whatever.
Yeah, I know
They
you
just
talking about.
convicted her this year. Her and her boyfriend, which was a deacon. Can you believe that? Murdered. Me and him played in Sacramento together, and then when I left Sacramento, he went to Atlanta. He left her, and then got with a new chick and built a house in Atlanta. And he came back to visit his kids in Memphis, and I live in Little Rock, Arkansas, so that's nothing but 2 hours away. So I would drive up and get with him and go out in Memphis because that was the biggest city besides Little Rock. And we go out and we go to comedy shows and stuff like that. So I supposed to been getting with him that weekend. Called him, got there, he didn't return my calls, whatever. It was maybe 4 or 5 days later. It's like, he still ain't hit me back. But Penny and all of them was like, you know, sometimes he go out of town, get off grid with his little broad. Don't want to be bothered by nobody, whatever. So I ain't think nothing else about it. Yeah. Man, and then went across the ticker, and they showed Penny out there crying and stuff. They found that boy. That boy was only 90 pounds when they found him. And this is a dude that's 285 pounds.
So that means he's strong.
He's my height but bigger.
Yeah. 90 pounds.
90 pounds, bro. His whole body.
Okay.
Yeah, he was out there. The temperature had got up to 105 degrees or something like that in Memphis. Something crazy. And they found him out in the woods.
Damn.
Her and some other people with some other guys, the deacon and 2 other guys that murdered.
Damn. Sad stories, man. Like
This is money.
Money thing, money hungry.
Money changes.
Is it true? More money, more problems.
And more bills.
You choose to have those bills, all right?
Hey, man, look, you don't choose. You don't choose. Hey, child support, you don't choose on child support. You don't choose how much you want to pay.
Nah.
That don't work.
So they really, like, because I see when they have them public child support, I say rich people, famous people, like, they paying $100-something thousand a week. That's
Nah. But it's still rough, though. It's still rough. I paid.
you ain't got to get all the details.
Nah, I ain't tripping off of it. You know what I mean? It's. My 2 oldest, I paid in the thousands a month. I just put it that way. I ain't gonna tell you this.
Future said they don't want their
Thousands,
sons, man.
thousands, but not no 6 figures. You know what I mean? But it comes with it. It comes with the whole thing, all of that. There's some of them when you get off the bus, they're sitting in a lobby waiting on you. So if you fall to it, you fall to it. Not saying that my daughter's mothers is like that, because my oldest is from college.
Yeah.
And my second, that's who I talked to after college, and I was with for years.
Yeah.
So and I ain't got no kids from around here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you did a good job on that.
Right.
If you had one around here.
And my youngest, I've been with her mom for 13, 14 years, and she's only 11. So it's people that's close to me. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
But they aim for that. We have programs for the NBA that tries to help the rookies, but the rookies be wanting to get out. They don't want to go to the meetings.
Especially on the big contract.
After practice, they don't want to go to those meetings. Yeah. But it tells them how you get caught up in that, and that they sitting out there waiting for you. There's certain niggas that sitting in the club waiting on you. Like they either pimping broads to come get you, drug you, and do whatever, or or they following you to your car. And they sitting in the club watching you. Like everybody want to floss, everybody want to do all that, but it's different when a nigga got a gun to you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Very.
So you need to be on your P's and Q's before, or you might not get another chance.
Yeah.
Right.
But I ain't never been robbed, knock on wood. You know what I mean? But
you put yourself in a predicament.
I know. I watch it, because I ran with niggas that rob people.
Yeah.
In college. So I know what to look for. You know what I mean? Not saying that I'm the smartest nigga out there, I'm on my P's and Q's.
Who you want to dunk on?
The most?
The most. You say I gotta get him.
I wanted to dunk on Yao Ming the most. You was talking about that earlier. I wanted to dunk on
Did you get him?
Nah, I didn't get him. I ain't get
Try?
him. My boy Steve Jack got him. And we had a bet. Me, him, Tim Duncan, even Diop. A couple of people had a bet that $100 in the pot. We were the first one to dunk on him. This was Yao's rookie year. And it was preseason. The first one to dunk on him get this pot. So I was trying out for the team. I ain't had that much money in my pocket, so I was ready to get that. I wanted it. And Steve Jack got it first. So, but other than that, I don't know, man. I tell you, I just got a trick. That's the one I wanted the most. I wanted to dunk on the most, but
Gotta get him.
the one I got the best, I don't know.
Oh, you know who you got the best.
Yeah.
You got
Honestly,
I need the name. I need a name from him.
Honestly, I don't know. I got Tim one time. I got Tim Duncan good when I was in Sacramento, but
And one.
I got Swift. I got
I watch the
Swift
highlights
like
now.
that
You getting an and one dunk, so I need an and one dunk.
That's what I'm saying. I caught a lot of people.
Yeah,
Not trying to blow my own horn or whatever, but my dunks were simple. Like I'm trying to body you. That's it. It ain't no windmills. It ain't no double pump and all that extra. I'm jumping straight with you. I'm gonna put my forearm in you. I'm trying to break my arm.
Did you talk to him as he did though? Like,
I yell and they yell.
I got it.
Most.
I got
you. Man, I ain't do too much talking unless they talking.
Yeah.
I don't.
Tell me a little
All
bit.
that talking ain't necessary. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Give me a little bit. Give me some experience like the All-Star Weekend.
I never went to All-Star Weekend, bro.
Never. Doug can't tell you nothing.
Nope. I had tickets to go to and everything. I know that. That's what I'm saying. That's the situations where you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
You're gonna get in trouble if you having too much fun or you fall victim of some kind of crime. For sure. And I was grinding the whole time. I didn't get to enjoy myself until the end of my career. I was always on point. I couldn't do too much.
Stay focused all the way out.
Now don't get me wrong, me and my boys, we hit the club, we had a great time and all that, but we didn't do no extravagant stuff. You know? During the All-Star break, 9 times out of 10, I'm back in Gaffney. Real talk, I don't need to go to Vegas. Wherever the All-Star break is. I've been in this for 4 or 5 months already. I need to go to the house and see my fam. Hang around my homies. You know? So All-Star break, I was coming back here.
That's what's up.
So let me ask you a few questions about players you played against. Somebody like start with King James, LeBron James. Give me a little something on him. You played against him, like you was on court with him. You blocked this shot. You fouled him. He fouled you.
King, I had no problem with King James.
I'm saying like,
but
it's
he's a great player.
yeah. That's what I don't know about it.
He's a great player, but he worries about his image too much, to the point where, you know, before he do something, before he say something, he's looking to see.
Is it okay?
If you watch him, just, you know what I mean, if you see it, but like the playoffs where we lost to them, and I fouled a buddy. And buddy hit the what's his name? Sasha.
Yeah.
He hit the flow. You know, I told you, LeBron ran up. He's like, "Come on, Mikey." I was like, "You know, I ain't trying to hurt that little boy." And he went on about his business. You know, he ain't say nothing else to me about it or whatever. Sasha was behind me woofing. He was talking in an accent where I didn't even know what he was saying, to tell you the truth. But I knew that he wasn't about to hit me because you done walked up behind me and you just steady talking. You ain't even tried to cock back one another that, like club punching and none of that. You ain't trying that. So it's not a conversation to have. I got the foul. You know, if it's flavored or not, whatever. After the game, LeBron does the interview, and you can probably Google it or whatever. He said, "Man, I can't repeat what I said to Mikki Moore. There's too many kids in here."
Yeah.
I was like, "Bro, you ain't even got to do that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, after that, I lost a lot of respect for him as a person. Like, why? You don't even have to do that. Like, your image is more important than the truth.
Yeah.
But his skills, his attributes, his skills, he's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller is a killer.
Shooter.
He's a killer. And on top of that, he's old school, so he talking all that crazy noise to you the whole time.
He say he talks young, yeah.
The whole time he giving you the business, he's dropping it on you.
Yeah, he really putting it on you.
Dropping it on you.
Best shooter you think come through? I want to ask you about somebody. Joe Bean Bryant.
Best shooter definitely is Steph.
Yeah.
I played 2 years with Steph.
Better than Ray Allen.
Best shooter. Ray will tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, hands down, Ray is a pure shooter. Like I told you.
It's a difference.
Steph got the feeling. Like, it ain't no mechanics to it. He's shooting it sideways and everything. If you look at Ray, it's the mechanics of it. He's always getting it square in his body and shooting it.
Okay, I got
you. Know what I mean? Steph coming off the dribble with it and just, that's a whole different type of shooter.
We'll still let it go with it, yell until you bucket.
Buckets. You know what I mean? So, you know, Ray, he's hands down second, you know, but I've played against a lot of shooters too.
Yeah.
Rex Chapman, Dana Barrows, Eddie House, you know, some shooters.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but hands down, the young boy Steph Curry, he's that guy.
Joe Bean Bryant, tell me about him when he played against him.
Who?
Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Kobe. But
Kobe, I didn't really get to know Kobe until towards the end of his career because after he went through all that scandal with the rape and all that stuff, he was kind of defensive.
oh yeah.
after all of that said and done, and then, you know, Shaq left and all that, and he knew that he was that guy on that team, and he had to build that team and get the trust with that team and get them to want to play like he wanted to. So he started getting personal with the team, laughing with them, joking with them, being more open. That's when I started kicking it with him. Like, we'd go out to eat, we'd go to the club or whatever. But I hung out with him like 3 or 4 times through Matt Barnes and Steve Jack, you know, and those guys. But you know, I ain't have his phone number or nothing like that. Okay. I hung out with him a couple of times, and he good people, man. Real good people.
So when you go down to Dark Alley, who you picking? I need game. You going down to Dark Alley to fight?
Fight?
Yeah, who you picking with you? Who come with you? You say Steve Jack.
Steve Jack and Reggie Evans.
Reggie Evans.
Reggie Evans, definitely. Shout out to my boy Reggie. I know he going all in.
Steve Jack going in. I seen Steve Jack going in.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. And Chris Wilcox.
He play with Maryland.
Yeah, he gonna go all in too.
Yeah.
God, we got any other questions for him?
Yeah, man. When did you get that knack of falling in love with the whips like that, man?
Oh, I forgot about the wheels.
You know, man, my first ride. Y'all know where Nick Muffler and all that is over there? Okay, across the street is a house over there. Used to have cars in the yard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right there, dude.
You know what I'm talking about? Well, he used to have a 634 Galaxy sitting up there, and I would, my mom, that's the way my mom would come from Blacksburg, you know, from school or whatever, and I'd ride by, I see it, whatever. I was cutting grass to try to get the money to get it, whatever. And, you know, my birthday was coming up, and it was gone. And I had just got up enough money to, you know, try to put a down payment. She saw that I was mad about it. So, right there where, you know, my birthday was coming up, and it was gone. And I had just got up enough money to, you know, try to put a down payment. She saw that I was mad about it. So, right there where 4 Points is, there used to be a little rim shop right there or something. I can't remember, it was Goodyear or something like that.
You're talking about Earl.
You know what I'm talking about? It said Goodyear on it back in the day.
Yeah, I know, right there beside Brandon's.
Right. You know what I mean? Okay. So, the same road. So, she saw me, you know, she knew I was messed up about it, so she was like, what's wrong? I was like, man, I was looking for that car. She was like, well, it might be something better than that, you know? I was like, what could be better than that? I like that car. She was like, what about that one right there? And it was in the parking lot of that Goodyear. She had already bought it for me. She had worked overtime and bought it for me and had them put some new tires and rims on it.
Yeah.
That's why I fell in love with old schools.
What kind of car was it?
And I could put my whole starting 5 in that car. It was a 4-door 63 Ford Galaxy. Yeah. And I had some nice little chrome joints on it. You know, back in the day, them called them hammers. That's what I had on it.
Hammers and bows.
I took me some Curtis Mathis speakers out the house.
No, put it in the car?
Put it in the car, in the trunk, bro. I was beating up the block. I was beating up the block. I was beating from Pettytown all the way to St. Branch. You know what I mean? That was good. But I could put all my homeboys in there and we were going everywhere. Gas gauge didn't work, so sometimes you see the beast sitting on the side of the road and we walking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was my high school years. It was, you know.
Man, I see you
that's
like
how
now.
I fell in love with right there.
You got new whips now, though.
When I signed my first contract, I bought my mom the same car, but it was a drop top.
So what's your baby right now? What's your baby? When somebody come over or you want to, somebody asks you back, you like this.
Your favorite toy to
This my baby. What's your toy?
It's either my '69 Chevelle or my '96 Impala that I'm building on right now. I'm taking the guts out of a 2019 Camaro.
So you got the bubble.
Yeah, it's '96, the 4-door. I tried to take an S550 and put the guts in it and put the dash and all that stuff in it and make it luxury, but I'd rather put it sporty. So I'm going with a Camaro. It ain't that much switch over either. but
That's both Chevys.
my mom took my 71 Ribby, my boat tail, so that was the next one that I really liked. She took that.
What's your mom like? I want that.
That's what she said. She said, that's the one that I want to drive. So,
Yeah.
but I had airbags on it, so I had to take the airbags off and put it back stock so she can drive it. She ain't gonna drive it with airbags on it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's about it. You know, I had a lot of cars when I first started playing, but I don't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go nowhere, so ain't no need to have 30 cars and you don't go nowhere.
Well, do you got anything else to say to the fan base, to the Sipping Dripping, or what's going?
Stay tuned for part 2.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm glad you came.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
That tripping
Most
again.
definitely, man. Hey, appreciate you, man.
Another episode of Sipping, Dripping, definitely tripping.
Yes, sir.